Long ago, a father took his son deep into the woods to teach him something important: how to shoot an arrow with a bow. The forest was quiet. The wind was calm. And in front of them stood a tall neem tree far away. The father placed his son at a fixed spot and said, "Son, stand right here. Your target is that tree. Aim and shoot." The boy took a deep breath. He pulled the bowstring with all his strength, focused on the distant tree, and released the arrow. But something unexpected happened. The arrow didn't even reach the tree. It fell to the ground halfway. The father thought for a moment. "Maybe the target is too far," he said. So he changed the target. This time he pointed at a mango tree that was closer than the first one. "Try again. Aim at that tree." The boy pulled the bow again with effort and released the arrow. But once again, the arrow didn't reach the tree. It dropped to the ground before even getting there. Now the father thought maybe the target should be even closer. So he pointed to a coconut tree standing even nearer. "Now aim at this one," he said. The boy prepared himself again. He pulled the bow with everything he had, and released the arrow. But the same thing happened again. The arrow fell to the ground before reaching the tree. Now the father walked forward to pick up the arrow. And that's when he noticed something interesting. When the boy was aiming for the far neem tree, his arrow was actually reaching almost up to the mango tree. When the target became the mango tree, the arrow only reached the coconut tree. And when the target became the coconut tree, the arrow didn't even reach that. The closer the target became, the shorter the arrow traveled. The father smiled. He walked back and looked behind the first tree. There stood a huge banyan tree, even farther away than the first one. He pointed to it and said, "Now aim for that tree." The boy looked surprised. That target was even farther than the first one. But he trusted his father. He pulled the bowstring with everything he had, focused deeply, and released the arrow. This time, the arrow flew farther than before. It reached all the way to the first tree. And both father and son understood the lesson. This story is not really about arrows or trees. It's about how our minds work. Your mind is like a bow, and your dreams are the arrows. When you aim at something big, your mind stretches further. You work harder. You push more. You go farther. But when you aim small, your effort becomes small. Your energy becomes small. And your results become small. People often say, "Don't dream too big. You might fail." But the truth is the opposite. The people who rise the highest are the ones who dare to think the highest. Because most people only achieve a fraction of what they aim for. So if you aim for the stars, you might at least reach the sky. But if you aim only for the ground, you might not even get halfway there. So dream big. Think big. Set your targets far. Because the farther the target, the longer your arrow will fly.